Hi and welcome to this week's episode of Ref Lounge. Well, it seems to have been a really exciting weekend. I'm on my own this week, so you've just got myself, Simon Hall, grassroots referee, discussing various things that our elite referees have done. I do have Keith's verdicts on a few different areas which I'll be expressing in this, and hopefully there'll be some good tutorial bits in there for young up-and-coming referees, or shall I say up-and-coming referees. Okay, so I'm going to start with Darren England. Okay. Game number 1 in the Premier League, okay, which is an amazing achievement for Darren. So for those who don't really know, Darren was actually a Premier League assistant and FIFA assistant referee. So we got to travel all over and made the choice. And the choice was that he wanted to be the man in the middle. And he had to drop down, he's had to come all the way back through again, which I think is an amazing achievement. It's such drive to reach the top, and here he is doing his first Premier League game, which was Southampton and Wolves. So I've got a few little shots from this in particular, especially the penalty decision. Now originally Darren doesn't give the penalty decision, and he's correctly overruled by VAR to give the penalty. However, it's about what did he see to give that decision. Now the interesting thing is on this, and what I want you to look at is on this particular picture on here. If I expand that one on there and move them up there, what I've got is the start of this attack. And what we've got is Darren over here, we've got player there, and all these players in here that are in front of him at the moment. Now, the only thing I would actually say, if I was coaching Darren, which will never happen, is by far better referee than me, is that my movement now would be over here, because I've got the ball, and the chances are this ball we've got here. There is an option of the ball being played out here, but we've got an assistant that's going to cover that. So I would have liked to have seen Darren to be a little bit more further over on this particular break, because he has got the fitness, he's certainly got the speed, okay, actually on that one. So what I'm going to do is get rid of this, okay, and then bring up this particular one on here, okay, because as we can see now, Darren, where he was to where the penalty incident is, he will be looking through 1, 2 and actually 3 and 4 players to see if there's any on there, whereas had that sprint happened, he may have got a much better angle to have given this decision in real time. Okay, and then what I'm going to do is put that one up there, because as you can see now where Darren's carried on his run, okay, on here, you'll see now that he's still quite straight behind that one, because he's come through, not too much of an angle actually on that. Okay, now we do know when I pull this picture in on here is it was a penalty, although I can see why, because the ball's a good distance away, and initially you're wondering from behind, if you're looking at that fray on, is where exactly who's contacted who. Have we got a Wolves player contacting these guys, or these guys managed to get their bodies in between, and that's what you're looking at. And then lo and behold, it's correct, we've gone to penalty. But what I also want to do is look at this particular area on here, because on something like that you think your confidence is gone. No, there's Darren playing a great advantage. So the straightforward thing is on that particular area on there, is to look at it, think about it, and say, do you know what, here you go, I've got the right decision on a penalty eventually, and now we're going to get on with the game. So great speed, great fitness, great advantage on there. Okay, another little point here for match officials. Okay, so great, this is the penalty, okay. It's not the penalty I'm looking at, because the penalty's been taken, the penalty's been scored. But if you actually look over here, we've got the assistant referee who was positioned here running backwards to his line. Why does he run backwards? Because he's got full view on everything that's going on after the celebration, so he can back Darren up at any time if anything happened. So instead of the heading book, you see it at grassroots, heading book, let's start writing, or you know, they start walking back to the line. No, it's a really big sprint back to, I say sprint, running backwards, straight to the line, everything in view and ready to help out. So that is a really good tip and a good habit to get into about not turning your back on play. Okay. What I would say is, You don't have to agree with everything we say on here. We're just trying to give a really good oversight of why referees do what they do. Different movement, help young referees or new referees to develop their game. So on there, but we are on social media. Feel free, Facebook page, LinkedIn, Instagram and Twitter. Please get in touch at Keys to Football on there, and it is a straightforward thing to turn around and say we don't do stats, we literally do personal development. Thank you.